My roommate and I made an agreement when we started living together that we would not bring guys over to stay the night. Recently, she's been bringing a guy over to stay the night. I told her I was uncomfortable with it, and she said that she wished she had never made that agreement. Um, I already have plans in place to move for various reasons, but I won't be able to for several months. What can I do in the meantime?
Well, I mean, one thing is if you could continue to let her know, hey, I am moving on. I know now you regret having made that commitment, but it is a commitment that you made. And I moved in with you under the premise that you're agreeing to do that. And so just because you changed your mind now doesn't mean that it's fair to me that you just go back on it and live a different way. And so I would see if you can lovingly press it a little further with the person. It's like, yeah, I'm glad you changed your mind. I'm not glad, but I see that you changed your mind, but that's not what we agreed to on day one. And if you could just kind of hold to the agreement you made until I'm out the door, what you do after I leave, I mean, that's on you, but I think it's important that you, in a sense, not naggingly so, but be the conscience to this person. Because if you just drop it, it's like, well, I'll just let them run over me for the next 2 months. That's not right. I mean, they're the ones who have violated the boundary. You already made an agreement. And who knows, by you pushing this, it might get under their skin. You might be a burr in their saddle. But yeah, you could also protect them from committing mortal sin. And so I would really try to help say, no, like this is really important, not just because I don't feel comfortable walking around in our apartment with my pajamas, knowing that a guy could just walk out of your room at 7:00 in the morning. I feel it's a violation of my own modesty and privacy, but I don't think it's best for you guys either. Because a lot of times when couples experience that marital level of intimacy prior to marriage, then when things go south, more often than not, the woman tries to stay with the guy because she wants to fix it because she practically feels like his bride already. And so typically before sleeping with a man, a woman is looking for his faults. Why should I not sleep with him? Why, what are some red flags here? But then once they go to bed together, now all of a sudden she's trying to avoid the red flags. Like, we don't need to look at that. Let's look at the good things and maybe it's going to change and this all. So it really shifts your whole paradigm once you become sexually intimate with a guy where she's now so invested that if this thing implodes, she's going to be heartbroken. It's going to feel like an emotional divorce. And so just for the relational stability of her and her boyfriend, you're doing this not only for your own sake, you're also pushing it for love of her.
It depends what kind of well, no, it doesn't depend. One, she shouldn't be doing it. But second, she could be putting you in danger. And that's what I don't like. Like, is this a raunchy situation where she's like having hookups and bringing strange men over and you don't know where they're from or what's happening or what's going on or what kind of trouble they can bring to your own doorstep? So on a safety level, it's just wrong and not okay. And I think it's great that you guys had that agreement, and I would hold her to the fire on that. And if not, that's some sort of a breach of even a verbal contract. But I'm sorry, that's the angle I'm coming from, and I would have zero tolerance for it.
Yeah,
zero tolerance for it. I'm gonna call your mom. I'm gonna let her know exactly what you're doing. If you're gonna put me in danger, we need to have a situation. Like, I know that's so horrible, but at the same time, so is something maybe happening to you because of these raunchy men she may be bringing in. So to maybe look at that situation in just black and white, because it is.
Yeah. So at the bottom end of the day, you say, look, I'm sorry that you regret having made that agreement, but it doesn't change the fact that you made that agreement.
Yeah.
Hey, if you enjoyed that clip, I'd encourage you to please like, subscribe, share, comment. That helps show it to more people. And then also submit your question at the email live@chastity.com, or submit your question or call in through our Discord server so we can talk to you in person on our next show.